Hey, welcome to this week's installment of American Artist Road Trip. This week we're in Denver, Colorado. Now Denver's been called over the years many things: the Queen of the Plains, the Mile High City, and affectionately a cow town. But these days, a vast number of artists call it home. This sprawling area just west of the Continental Divide has drawn artists from everywhere. With its proximity to the ski areas, a healthy lifestyle, and affordable studio space, Denver has really exploded with its art scene. It's full of history, and it's full of art, including lots of public-funded art. When a new airport and a major league ballpark were being considered, the city put out an open call to all artists to adorn both major public art projects. A big testament to how popular art here is the vastness of its First Friday gatherings. In just about every city these days, on the first Friday of the month, artists, along with the galleries, show off their latest works. In Denver, this monthly gathering is so big that it's spread out amongst as few as 6 major areas. A few in the Highlands area, the Rhino District, Golden Triangle, and dozens in between. With the biggest gathering of art fans is at the Santa Fe Arts District. Just south of downtown, this area almost becomes carnival-like, with everything that takes place on First Friday. Within blocks, there are 40 to 50 galleries, each showing anywhere between 3 to 20 or so artists. The mass of people is impressive. Truly, one thing they all share is a love of art.
It gets pretty crazy, but it's a good event to go to.
Nice. I'm gonna pan right. Even just strolling down Denver's busy pedestrian walkway, the 16th Street Mall, you're going to be greeted by art everywhere. Oddly enough, a couple of my favorite paintings in Denver are located in the hospital lobby. I talked to many people involved in the art industry here, including David Chafee from Visions West Gallery.
Becoming an artist emerging and a lot changing or happening in Denver or into the contemporary scene, that sort of thing.
Also, I met Sally Stockhold, who's a photographer who actually poses in most of her creations.
And there's so much going on. We have Santa Fe Art District. We now have this new Rhino District, which is incredible. Beautiful lofts, beautiful artist space. It's a great place to work. As an artist, I worked as an artist in New York, and I find this very much more laid back, but yet very, very vital. And of course, the new Denver Art Museum, it's endless what goes on in Denver. It's amazing.
So far from what I've seen, I'm actually pretty impressed. There's a very vital community here that's actually very impressive.
And do you think you'll find an audience?
I'm hoping. That was the master plan and part of the reason for moving out here, actually, yes.
And I really like this piece here. What's this called?
This was actually a piece that's called On the Way to Find a TV.
Oh, wow.
No, actually, it's based on a memory, and I actually just used some reference photos. Well, it is based on some reference photos, but it's mostly based on a memory and just kind of dealing with it from there, so.
Denver's museum district is growing and is quite accessible, being centrally located the way it is. I found great art on the walls of many restaurants. You never know where you're going to find art, or even something masquerading as art in Denver. While I was in Denver, I was lucky enough to have a unique zombie portrait created by cartoonist and illustrator Stan Yan.
I just started learning things. I didn't actually go through any books to learn how to do caricatures. I just kind of did what I think worked well, and kind of went from there. And so I think my work at times looks more like a portraits as opposed to caricatures, but it's kind of my own unique style, so I haven't really taken any of the little secrets from anyone else's how-to book or anything like that. Just have a good time, don't worry about it, have fun. And I think they were expecting to have to do more because that's what they were accustomed to, although they do tend to dry out a little bit, so that's why I have many versions of each marker, so if it starts getting slow on me, I can just grab the next one.
Funny enough, growing up in the suburbs, I didn't have a lot of alleyways to have access to when I was growing up. And what I've noticed in Denver is a lot of people have embraced these alleyways to showcase art. Like these hidden murals down in the Lodo district. I also found this neighborhood east of town where the neighbors have taken on the challenge of decorating their alleyways with found art or simple things just found around the house just to show off their artistic traits. I even sat down with one of these residents, Pam Ferrara, who offered me a cup of coffee and told me about how their alley art came to fruition.
6 years. We started in our backyard, putting things up on fences. When we ran out of space, we moved back to our alley. Alley-o. We're sitting in the alley-o here, and we...
Oh, so you call it the alley-o. That's great.
We have the patio, enclosed and fenced. We have the alley-o. Yes.
And a lot of the neighbors have probably kind of jumped in on this too along the way?
Yes, we are getting more and more people involved. We've had the third year is the Park Hill Alley Art Contest. We get more people being involved, being excited by walking down the alley.
We'll look into in depth these stories and more on the next American Artist Road Trip.